Hello, casuals. You're welcome to the Casual Experience Show. And after the devastating loss of Israel or 3-1-1, we are here for our 3-12 preview featuring Dricos Plessis versus Strickland. And as usual, I have my MMA enthusiast Ferdinand with me. Welcome.
Really, thank you. I really do appreciate for that.
You seem to be the most happiest Nigerian last week.
Well, last week I actually told you guys that you're going to lose. The whole West Africa.
We are going to lose.
Yes, it's not just Nigeria and the West Africa, because easy. I saw it in him that, man, once you've lost it, you've lost it. He lost it once. He got it belt back. He lost it again, so it's very, very hard.
But he was doing well the first round.
When you have top 10 hungry guys looking for what you want, what you have actually, it's not something you can actually get back easily, because Imavov is desperate. He used to be like, this is a guy that's been in Easy's shoes way back. This was how Easy was hungry now when he was looking for the belt. He got the belt, he lost the belt, and he got it back, and this time, I feel like he should just retire so he don't stain his records. Yeah,
I remember when Easy used to write on his death notes, when he brings out his pen and wrote on his death notes.
Yes, exactly.
I remembered when Easy used to shoot around the crowd.
Exactly.
I remembered when Easy... Oh, God.
Good history, anyway. Good.
But for redemption's sake, DDP still knocks. Is fighting this weekend, and now we are not being Nigerians. We are being Africans, and we are supporting. Well, I'm supporting my African brother. I won't be shocked if you say Sean Strickland will win again.
I'm a fan of Sean Strickland anyway.
Why are you such an hot person?
Yeah, because I talk based on fact.
What is the fact in? Based on their first fights, what did you see in the first fight?
I felt like I saw that Strickland was robbed.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Strickland was robbed.
Did you watch that fight?
Yeah, Ferdinand? I did. Like, Strickland was robbed. Anyway, but all it stands, like all my view, like the way I viewed the last fight was, I felt like it should just be like a no contest. It should just make it a draw, because the both did well first down to the 5th round. But anyway, the judges had the final say. But for me, I was not comfortable with the final result.
DDP won that fight 3-2. But before we get to the main fight, the main event. We have a lot of fights. Well, we are going to be talking about the main card, which has about fights on it. 5 fights, And on the prelims, we have a champion's brother fighting. Ilya Superior's brother is fighting.
Yes.
And before we talk about the main cards, I just want to just preview some of the MMA news that has been happening over the week.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Bryce Mr. had to say? Imagine, he seems to be the only person in the world that says Hitler is a good person.
Yeah.
Dana White was so mad. He was so mad, and he came to the media press and was like, "That is what happened that's what happens when you give a dumb person a mic. Everybody now can have it. Anybody now has a say. Everybody now has a podcast. Everybody wants to put a mic in their mouth now. Everybody has a say. Why in the world did you say Hitler is a good person? In fact, if you look at the podcast, that Bryce Mitchell podcast, you could see producer when he made that statement. His producer was shocked. I was like, guy, what did you just say?
Most of these guys, their upbringing were so rough, and depend on where they're coming from.
But not like saying Adolf Hitler, someone that was responsible for thousands of deaths of Jews.
6.6 million
Jews. Yeah. Why would you say? Like, what? Tell me what could be the reasoning?
Well,
because you try to make points for fighters that people are not reckoning with.
Yeah.
You went for Imavov without even know how much ado. Yeah. I see you're already going towards Strickland. Yeah. Now give the reason why Bryce Mitchell will say that.
Well, he has always been they call themselves all American
white extremists.
Yeah, KKK,
white supremacists.
No, let's not call it. Let's just I feel like his upbringing actually plays a whole lot about what he said, because most of the Americans are KKKs, and the upbringing, they actually go well with him. He was a farm boy. He is still a farm boy. He's still a farm boy. So this is the first time of leaving his community to where he is now. Yeah. Just like a normal extreme we have in
and he's an ardent Jesus guy.
Yes.
So are you supporting what he said?
No, I don't support what he said, but all I will say is
you're defending him?
No, I'm not defending him. I'm his fan. He's a good fighter.
Bryce Mitchell.
But he's a good fighter, right? And I believe in few things which he actually believes in, which is Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah.
But keep religion aside for this sport's sake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will not say I reckon with all what he said, but that's his own view about Hitler, because he's not the only one. Many people are just hiding under the mic. Yeah, but for him to come out, it's good to say something like that anyway.
But for someone in that spotlight, in that limelight, you should keep that kind of opinion to yourself.
I like people to come out of whom they are.
You shouldn't be expressive in that kind of...
Do you know why? Somebody that hates what he does, that is in his division, we want to kill him next if he found him that. Yeah,
even Sean Strickland, as
old as he is,
yeah, didn't find any reason behind what he said.
Strickland don't want you to bash through his house. Strickland is not I don't see him as a racist, but I see him as a guy that will not want you to bash through his house without getting shot at.
Brother, I think Strickland is just sick in the head. I don't know. He just has a boat loose in his head. That's my own opinion, though.
Yeah, well,
and Rosenstrike cut off.
Well, that one was crazy for me, because I didn't expect that actually.
It was still in the top 15,
yes,
wasn't he?
Yes, he was still in the top 15 and he was doing well. This is a guy that had good records in UFC and was grateful for the opportunity to be in UFC. So, I don't know, but Dana has the final say.
There was no medical reason, no personal reason. It was just cut off.
That was how this guy was cut off too. Carl Walker. Walker, what's it called? One of the light heavyweights.
Johnny Walker. Sorry. Is Johnny Walker cut off?
Yeah, for a very long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was cut off after the fight. After the fight.
Johnny Walker has been on a ridiculous knockout.
Yes.
Like his knockout has been cartoonish.
Yes.
They knock him out and you see him jumping against the cage. You see him if not for his own health safety, I support the UFC cutting him off. But Rosenstrike is still a decent kickboxer. Or is it because he comes from a small Suriname?
No, it's not about that. Dana White is a businessman.
Yeah, agreed. And he's one of my top guys.
Yes, he does business. He's just like Trump. They just want a win-win situation in everything. Yeah. They don't want to have you too important and you end up doing something they don't like and they keep you because of your importance.
But he's always been a down-to-earth guy.
They feel like everyone is replaceable.
Yeah. And then Shara Bullets that just fought last weekend to cut off
his eyes.
Yeah. I was always wondering why.
Yeah, me too.
I was always wondering why he was even fighting in the first place.
The guy is
he was having his wins.
He's a warrior.
And then he had these defeats and then they had to cut him out for medical reasons.
He complained about medical issues.
He did?
First, after losing to MVP.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. One thing about the fighter, when they keep winning, they don't care about their eyes or whatever they're going through.
Yeah.
Once they lose, some don't actually know how to take losses.
Michael Bisping won the middleweight championship with one eye.
Okay, sorry for deviating now.
Yeah.
There was a Nigerian footballer that plays for Eimba, right?
Yeah.
He was a left back.
Yeah.
He had one eye. He
played for recent times.
Way back.
Okay.
He played for over 10 seasons and he's still known in Aba assistance now. Back to the UFC. Yeah. Once you are good at what you do, I don't feel like
the medical conditions for fighting.
You must be comfortable.
It's different from the medical conditions
sports of football. Yeah.
They are stricter because this is you wanting to eat the other, give personal damage to the other person.
Yeah.
And I look when this guy has one. If this guy has one eye, if I'm a fighter, what do I want to get on? And he was picking up wins. He was picking up wins until he got to MVP. And
I don't know if you've noticed his fight style. He doesn't want any grapple thing.
No,
He likes to kick, blow, and throw punches and all that.
And did you see MVP? I checked the MVP's Instagram yesterday.
Yeah.
And did you see his video? That guy is just such a fun guy.
Do you know what MVP did?
He did the Pirates of the Caribbean thing now.
He's a captain. Jack Sparrow now.
He's become the captain.
The captain now. Yeah. Do you know why MVP actually took advantage of his eyes?
Yeah.
You can see his stance during the fight.
Yeah, he was drifting towards
the bad side,
the blind side. Yes,
which was when I saw that. That was when I don't know if you saw my comments when I said MVP is looking like a Dodge Challenger.
Yes,
I don't know because I knew the guy was crazy.
We always know he fights outside the void. He fights outside your space.
I see him as John Jones kind of. Once the MVP, right? Once they figure out that you have some lapses, they'll take that against you. With
no, I feel he's one of the best strikers.
He's the best.
Yes.
As it stands, yes. Top 5. Yeah.
Striking. Just plain striking.
Yeah.
Don't try and grapple him.
No.
Don't try and take him down.
No.
Strike with him and see if you could get to him.
No, you won't.
Even at his age.
There are some guys that at their age when they like from 35 down to 40. That's when they are at their peak.
MVP's past his peak.
Yes.
He's past his prime though.
He's
still sleek. And the good thing about him is he's in the top 15 in 2 divisions.
What division?
He's in the top. He's in top 15 in welterweight, and he's in top 15 in the middleweight.
The guy is desperate now.
Yeah,
he's going to get his ass whipped because there are other young guys that might just grapple from.
And everybody knows that so they will just grapple him to death.
Let him face
even for Gary to grapple him, you should know that
they will grapple him from 1 minute down to the 25 minutes of the match.
So Ferdy, let's talk about 312 Australia. We have Jimmy Crute.
Yeah.
Jimmy Crute. You remember Jimmy Crute, that light heavyweight? That he, one of his losses was his opponent kicking him and he had a dead leg. He has big calf. He's fighting Rodolfo. Jake Matthew also. Jake Matthew is like a UFC veteran. In fact, the person is fighting. He's fighting right now. He has more fights in the UFC than the guy. And our top three, which is Justin Tafa and Teixeira. You know Justin Tafa? He has a brother also.
He has a brother that fights in heavyweight.
Yeah, but the two fights that we're there to watch, obviously, is
John
Whaley and Tatiana Suarez. For me, that's the best fight on the card.
So who do you think is going to win in Justin Tafa and Teixeira?
Well, I picked knockout in the heavyweight division last week. Against Pavlovich and Rosenstrike, and it didn't go my way. They unusually went to a decision, but this one guaranteed, guys.
Knockout,
guaranteed.
Who do you think is going to win?
Justin Tafa is going to knock his head off out of the octagon.
When it comes to reach, what do you think he has? Long reach.
That guy is built like a tank. Haven't you seen? The guy has a long.
Teixeira has a longer reach.
Teixeira has a longer reach than him.
6'7".
And Teixeira fought in the contender series of Dana White. He is taller. I think he's undefeated too. Isn't he?
No, he has a one loss. He only lost one.
But this is UFC debut. I feel Tafa is going to just knock him off.
Tafa is on a winning streak anyway. He has not lost.
Finally, we agree on the same thing. That is so unusual for Ferdy. But the two fights that we're going to be going for is my babe.
John Whaley and Tatiana. Okay.
If you are looking for an embodiment of mixed martial artist, that girl,
she's dope.
Is an all-rounder. She's someone that wants to keep improving. In fact, in UFC Embedded, they were showing was it Embedded? In one of the videos, they were showing the fighters eating pad. They showed DDP eating pads, and normally, he was eating pad in his normal, unusual ways. But if you see how this babe eats pad,
one thing about her is that she, right from where she was coming from,
she's a superstar in Asia. She's like the top mixed martial artist.
Have you seen her history, like where she started from her parents?
You always seem to know, like you seem to always want to dig deep in the histories of fighters. I think that's I like the story. I always like, especially when there is rivalry, I like the story behind the story. So give us the history.
Jean Whaley, actually, her father was a miner. And her mother was a normal housewife. And her brother used to work in the mining sites, and he has to drop out and look for a job for her to sponsor her in mixed martial arts. Her life wasn't. She never had a smooth slate like the rest. Like most of the UFC fighters just did it for fun. She struggled to be where she is, and she doesn't want to let the belt leave her side because she has been. For her, she lost it, and she reclaimed it. And it's just due to hard work and dedication. Like this week. But I'll shock you when you say something. When you finish, do you know how strong that girl is? She's strong. She carried Ngannou. She's strong. Yeah, I saw the video too. She carried Shaq. Shaq O'Neal. Yeah, she did. Carried Shaq. That small lady. Shaq was shocked. She was shocked. Shaq O'Neal was shocked. It's not about the size. Anyway. But the person she's fighting, Tatiana Suarez, like, credit to women's MMA. The strawweights, the bantamweights, they are doing well, and credit to is due to the GOATs. We have the GOATs there. Valentina Shevchenko and Amanda Nunes. The Lioness, the Nunes. They open the floodgates. And Ronda Rousey too.
for guys, we always have that inner or alter ego to want to fight.
Yeah,
we have that fighting spirit in us. But when you see a lady that has a womb,
giving up her best in it, well, there's one fight. Tatiana Suarez also. She started fighting from 5 years old, and she's been fighting. Yeah, this is a girl that wanted to.
I like when you talk about their history.
She wanted to go sponsor. She wanted to what's it called? Present America in 2012 Olympic, and she was diagnosed of cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She suffered, and she actually got a neck injury first before them seeing that she had cancer. So it was not smooth for her as well. And when she got back, it was all past and everything. And she got back, she had to go for the White Canada series and all of. She has been fighting all her life. She never had a striking anyway.
Yeah, she's always been a grappler. She's always been a wrestler.
From wrestling, she now got to jiu-jitsu
and when I was studying this fight, he put me in a limbo because I know that Wheng has the striking. She's more of the all-round MMA fighter, right?
She's the John Jones of the women's division.
Yes, but Suarez got the wrestling, and then she's big. I wonder how she makes that straw weight. She's big. Even in the picture, have you seen how big that lady is?
Yeah, she's taller by far.
But there's one thing I saw, and which I always take, just the way you go through the researches of history. I always like form. Yeah. Form is a thing for me. Yeah. A constant form.
They're both in top form, remember?
Yes, but she's not fought since 2023. She didn't fight throughout last year.
Yeah, but she's not lost.
She's undefeated, right? Yes. But she's not fought in over a year. And that takes a lot, especially when it's a 5-round fight.
But she's been training.
She's been training.
Yeah.
But what do you think? What do you think takes a lot of you? Wrestling takes a lot of energy off you.
Yes.
So, well, before I ask you what my pick is, let me give you what my pick is, and let me tell you how I think the fight is going to play out. She's going to come out. That's Suarez. Suarez. Yeah. She's going to come out aggressive. Wheng is going to play around. She's going to have a couple of takedown. She might win in first couple of rounds. Yeah. But that's when Wheng starts taking over. And do you know what it will be due to?
Well,
gas tank.
Well, yeah, you're right. It boils to that. Wheng is a 5-round fighter. And
why do you say that? Yeah, I don't see her as a 5-round fighter.
Wheng?
No, Wheng. Sorry, Wheng is a 5-round fighter.
Is a 5-round
I thought you were talking about Suarez.
Tatiana has never fought in a 5-round for a very long time.
Exactly, that's my point.
So I feel like in championship rounds, we have people that actually know how to win their fights. Yeah. In the last fight, she fought with Zhang, the girl that's from China too as well.
Yes,
China too as well. I don't know if you pictured that fight. Yeah, she really actually listened to her coach in the 4th round.
Yes.
The coach now told her what to do. Yeah. She was now like, thank God she listened to the coach earlier. If not, she would have lost this fight. Because that girl actually winning.
Yes.
So most times is how to win a fight that matters and the right time to win. Let me just deviate back to when Usman and Edward actually fought. Yes. Usman won 1-4. The second fight.
Yeah.
When Usman won 1st to 4th round before getting a cheap shot from Edward.
Yeah.
Some people just know how to. His coach actually saw the opening in Usman's stance. Yeah. So that was why the coach actually told him that, on the stance, like, try the kick.
He saw that whenever Edward threw the kick, Usman was always trying to parry.
Yes.
And then moves his head
to the side. Yeah.
To the left.
Yes.
Moves the head to the left.
Yes.
So what Edward did was he feinted. No, he threw the punch as feint.
Yes.
That punch didn't intend to hit at all. He just wanted Usman to move his head and the kick
to create the opening for him.
Now that's all due to your team and studying. Yeah. Now Wheng has one thing that Tatiana doesn't also have.
What's that?
The experience of fighting in 5 rounds.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So are we on the same page on this?
We're on this, but the winning might be different.
Okay, what's your pick then? What's your pick?
I've always been, as you said, the odd man.
Why must you always go? It's like eventually when we have a sport betting company sponsoring us or several sports betting company sponsoring us, Ferdinand might want to be the ambassador because what he picks is always the underdog. The underdogs.
Yeah, because I see that underdogs are more hungrier than those that has it. It's just like somebody that has something and you just feel like, yeah, I have it, I can go back to it anytime. And at that spot, people are looking for ways to rob you of it. So Weili has held her bet twice, right? And this is a girl that has been hungry since year 5 of her life.
That's Suarez. But you also spoke about Weili's life.
You know, one thing about both sides, like Wheng has had the belt. Just like when two people are hungry, one has had the money, you know, the other one will still be hungry for that money so as well. Yeah. So Wheng might feel like, yeah, I'm the champion. But I know she's still desperate to maintain where she is. Anyway. Yeah. But it's not going to be easy against Tatiana, a girl that does not know what the meaning of loss is.
So what's your pick?
My pick is Tatiana.
Tatiana Suarez to win.
Yeah.
Guys.
She's going to win, but it's not going to be easy. She's going to win.
Well, if you picked Ferdinand's pick last week, congrats to you for winning. I'm sure you must have won big, and you feel that this week also it's also going to be your week.
Let's see how it goes.
For my own pick, Weili, for our experience, for our all-round martial arts attributes, for our hunger. Trust me, and a champion. Once you've tasted gold, you've tasted the sweet taste of gold. It's hard to want to let go, and that's what happened.
Back to
our main event.
Of the
so
evening.
For now, for this our main event, this week, I'm going to be an African and a South African. I'm a South African, and my name will be Tobi.
No. I'm not going to. I don't want to deceive myself to be. Ferdinand,
I don't know what to do with you. How do you see that fight playing out?
Like I said previously, Plessis lost that fight. He
the first fight.
Yeah, you know, he just got.
I think you are the only one, aside from Sean Strickland, that felt that he won.
Yeah,
you are the only one in the world that felt that feels that Sean Strickland won that fight.
No, even Joe Rogan said the same thing too.
No, I watched Joe Rogan's podcast. He unarguably said, DDP won. Where the turn of events started happening was when they had a clash of heads. This is how the fight started playing.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland felt that he was already lagging behind.
Yes.
First of all, Strickland is a defensive fighter.
Yes.
He's defensively conscious.
Yeah.
He has that
stance.
He has that Mayweather's kind of stance in MMA, which is unusual. And credit to him for fighting all through his MMA career using that stance, right?
To guide himself. Yeah.
Yes. And if you look at two of them, they are effective in their styles, right? But they are not two fighters individually or collectively that you say you want to watch their fight and they are amazing. Even as Israel has his recent losses, if you still put Israel in between the three of them, you will still pick Israel as the better martial artist. I'm not saying remove
his style, right? His style,
martial arts.
Yes, it's complete.
Yes,
no, but Izzy does not have a grapple. He only has a takedown defense.
So why would you say? Give me your reasons why you feel Sean wins.
You know, just imagine having a doubt in first appearance. You know, the second you will not like same thing to happen. Strickland is going there to maul DDP.
Maul.
He's going there to maul him.
Strickland has never mauled anybody.
Yeah,
he's never mauled anybody.
He did to Easy, and both fighters.
That was not mauling. Do you know what mauling is?
Did you watch the
replay? What Khabib does to opponents is called mauling.
Yeah.
What a deer does to other animals is called mauling.
Did you watch?
Sean Strickland, all he does is pressure. All he does is weave your punches.
I would like you after this fight to watch Easy versus Sean Strickland's fight.
And that's his best win.
That was why he's as an example, being a fan.
He won the belt against Israel, which was a very big upset, because Sean Strickland's style will always beat Israel's style.
Yes.
Styles make fights.
Yes.
Styles has always made fights.
Yeah.
Israel is an better all-round fighter, but Sean Strickland's style will always beat most on most occasions.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because both fighters do not grapple.
But now look at the person he's fighting.
No, I mean Izzy and Strickland. They don't grapple.
Yes.
Both of them based on stance and kicks and punches and jabs. Strickland has a better jab. His jabs is very one of the best
jab,
Strickland and what's it called, and Kamaru.
Yeah,
both fighters are good when it comes to jabs.
Do you know Kamaru is beating Strickland?
Yeah, when he was in welterweight. Yeah, I watched the fight.
Now, DDP also.
How did you do that?
Yeah,
how did you watch the fight?
Wrestling now.
Exactly.
He dominated him in wrestling.
You're right. Like with your points too. Okay, let me just be fair. The fact I'm with
and that's how DDP is going to beat him.
You might not want to do that.
Do you know what? Ferdinand.
Yeah.
This is a bet between both of us. In the first round.
Yeah.
DDP has 2 takedowns in the first round against Strickland.
Well, I won't doubt you because
so what does Strickland does that?
Let's just see how it goes. For me, let's just see how it goes.
No, it's not how it goes. That's not how this goes.
I don't want to support.
You have to defend who you are saying is going to win with your whole heart.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, back to my guy, which I support, Strickland. I feel like, and I know that Strickland is going to come up. He has a good takedown defense as well. He has about 65 to 0.7% when it comes to takedown percent. Strickland. So I believe in his takedown defense is going to help him out, and he might get a cheap shot.
Do you know Derek Bronson?
Yes.
He's a wrestler, right?
Yes.
A prime Derek Bronson and Strickland. What do you see?
Bronson will destroy him.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you see what DDP did to
It doesn't matter. It
matters.
Yeah, no,
it matters. MMA calculation doesn't work. Yeah. But let me tell you, my fellow South Africans, I'm
not.
This is what's going to happen. DDP is going to kick the shit out of Sean Strickland's leg. Within the first 2 minutes, he's going to have 2 takedowns, and DDP is going to overwhelmingly. Do you know why I say that?
Why?
DDP is a student of the game. I'm sure even with his win, he still went back to study their first fight. Sean Strickland in his head, feeling that he won that first fight in his head. I'm sure he didn't go to study that first fight.
No one.
Because even in the press conference, he's still saying he won. In fact, he came to the press conference with a very weird mustache. I don't know where he saw that mustache. Did you see that guy?
I know. Yeah.
He came with this weird mustache. And DDP is going to just knock out the mustache of his nose.
No, it's not going to be easy. This was what we said about Easy facing Strickland way back. We said Easy was going to exactly.
That's because we felt that Easy is the better.
That's the way you're feeling about DDP,
bro. No,
I know. Wait, let me just give you a little hint about DDP. Right, DDP is just like a gorilla. Like he has big hands and big. The guy is grabbed too. It's not like we're seeing it on screen. The guy has a good body balance than Strickland when it comes to. And Strickland
has anybody figured out his fighting style
of DDP? It's difficult because he fights like an animal.
So,
and let me tell you something. Though he has had a good record beating Whittaker, Easy.
Sean won the belt against Easy.
Yes.
Dricos defended the belt against Easy.
Yes. Exactly. This is going to be an animal fight. It's not going to be easy for you to feel like he's just going to knock.
So are you saying the fight is going to get a decision or is
nah? I don't want DDP to win.
The one more than is what I go against. How do you tell me Sean Strickland more DDP?
Let me say something now. DDP, I don't want him to win this belt. First,
why?
My first point.
Where did you come from?
Do you know why?
Guy?
Do you know why?
First of all, you're not supporting our Nigerians.
No.
You're not supporting the Africans.
No.
Guy, you need to mark this guy's face. You really need to mark his face.
No, it's not about that. It's not about that.
Why are you saying that?
DDP, we had a lot to say about DDP, if I want to say it. But DDP made Easy cry when they were on when they're having a UFC face-off then. He said a lot of things about Easy, which I didn't like. But back to DDP and Sean.
He's always just been brutally honest.
No, I
DDP. He's the only person that has made two champions cry. And it's just because he's always been honest.
Let him keep making them cry, but he's going to lose this belt. He's going to cry this weekend too.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't want him to win.
What's your prediction?
My prediction is Strickland winning.
Strickland winning.
Yeah.
Guys, and my prediction is Ferdinand is going to cry on main event. DDP.
My Tafa is getting a win.
Tafa is getting that's the only one thing.
Tatiana is getting a win.
Tatiana
and Strickland. I'm just going to be on the away side, man.
Guys, if you're a fan of sports betting and particularly mixed martial arts betting on all betting platforms, I will advise you to go with my own pick, which is Justin Tafa to win, you could pick a straight win, or you could go Justin Tava a knockout. Weili defending her belt and retaining her belt. The co-main event, the female strawweight co-main event, and the main event, guys. I'm going to put my reputation on this.
Yeah.
DDP is going to win Sean Strickland either by a submission or a knockout. Take my word for it.
I have a view to actually put so as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. DDP is going to cry back to South Africa because Sean is going to gas him out.
Do you intend traveling to South Africa anytime soon?
No, I don't. That's the country I never want to travel to.
Well, South Africans, when DDP ends up finishing Sean Strickland.
This is a guy that Sean. Look, let me say something about Sean Strickland. This guy is crazy. He arrested his father twice when I was growing up.
And so let me say
something.
DDP, does it look as if he's scared of that?
No, DDP.
He has 6 losses on his record.
No, let me say something.
He has 6 losses on his record. Look, Sean Strickland is a journeyman for all I know. Sean Strickland is a journeyman. Forget that he won. Well, you won't forget that. But forget that he won the belt and all. He's a journeyman.
No.
He's the same Sean Strickland that was almost being used as a gatekeeper. In fact,
he has suffered. Yeah.
The UFC don't even wish him to be a champion because of all the rubbish he says. He's a guy that is too blunt. He says
whatever he wants. And one thing I like about him is he doesn't even, for him, he feel like, let me just go there and fight.
So are you picking him for his fighting style?
Yeah, I'm picking
or his fighting skills, or cause you feel
I'm picking him because he got robbed the first fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's going to win this fight.
And guys, you hear that from
as a Nigerian, I don't want DDP to win.
As an African, as a Nigerian / South African,
I'd rather the belt go to an American than to be in South Africa.
DDP will be retaining. Still Knox will be retaining his belt, and he'll be retaining it in dominant fashion. And guys, once again, we had our watch party last week because Israel was fighting. This week normally is supposed to be our watch party because it's a pay-per-view. We have our watch parties normally on pay-per-views. Yeah. But because it's a pay-per-view, and obviously our own South African and an African fighting, we'll also be having our watch party. And the venue will be disclosed in comments and in later events. Ferdinand, in fact, you've raised my heartbeat. You've raised my high blood pressure again.
No, one thing I like about the game of sports. I mean the fighting game is
martial arts.
Yeah, it brings the best out of us and it makes us expect different. We always come up with a different view.
I like diverse opinion.
And that's how
I'm sure there are a lot of people reasoning also along your line.
Most people might feel like I don't want to be too emotional. I must choose DDP. Nah, both of them are both normal guys. They look the same and everything.
On the flip side, if you look at the reason why you're picking DDP, you're picking Sean Strickland, it seems to be because of pure emotions.
No emotions.
Why you talked about his father? You talked about how
okay, like the reason why I choose Sean.
Yeah.
No, I didn't choose Sean
because style for style. Why would you for style? Tell me which part of his style beats DDP.
His stance, his reach.
Good.
His defense. That's just what I like about him.
Yeah. And on the reverse case, I will tell you, DDP wins him. His wrestling, his kicks, his pressure, his striking.
The last fight, Sean actually gave him more pressure than he expected. He actually came up with blood on the face.
Guys, and that's it.
Exactly.
Just look out. You want to say something?
Yeah, like my other view is DDP is going to expect to. He might feel like, I'm going to grapple. Nobody knows what Strickland is doing behind closed doors.
I'm sure all Strickland has been doing is grooming his new mustache.
No. The guy is good. Let's just, for somebody that got about a short notice to face easy and one easy, don't just underestimate him like that.
The style makes fights. I still say that.
He got a short notice. Most guys that got short notice actually end up losing their fights. But he got a short notice. This guy was about top 10, number 10, and he won number 1.
The day we have Easy here, we have an avenue to interview Easy.
Yeah.
we are going to use you as a backboard. Right? So it could just style on you.
He's not going to. Easy. One thing about Easy, Easy doesn't want trouble. I don't know if you saw the video. When a guy actually was asking him to hit him.
Yeah, he does it.
He doesn't want.
That baffles me. Why you?
He might face a lawsuit if he does that to that guy. That guy wants to cash out. That's why I say, "Come on, hit me." Easy was like
the road rage.
Yeah, the road rage. Yeah. Easy was like. This guy, Easy was looking at his account.
Yeah, he came out of his vehicle and he went towards him in his vehicle and he was like, if I punch you, this guy, you might just die.
He knows the repercussion to that. You don't do that as a fighter.
There are fighters that don't give a damn. Merab doesn't give a damn about that. Strickland doesn't give a damn about that. They don't give a damn about lawsuits.
Those guys
Strickland will attack you even in the crowd if you attack him.
He attacked DDP in the crowd.
Yes. Merab would attack any.
I love fighters like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I love fighters that can sell fights.
I'm trying to see your point of view. And
he takes it. They are not sharing money. They are not playing football. They are going there to fight. Okay. Like, this is a guy that I feel like you took my belt from me on the whatever. I don't know the judges and all of that.
Guys, you can always leave your own views, your opinions in the comments. As we say, this is a casual experience, and all what we want is we want to give our own views from the casual perspective. We see the professional fighters giving their own opinion, which is fine. We see the pundits giving their opinion, which is fine. This is the show for the casuals, the casuals, the people that we don't fight, we don't know anything about fights, but we have our own opinion to give. And guys, thank you for supporting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for your comments. We see everything.
And you can follow us on our YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, TikTok, and all the whole platforms. Yeah, we are live and everywhere. So we are taking over the best in Abuja, the best in Africa, and all of that. So give it up to the cultural experience, guys.
And guys, we wrap your.